The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, traders. I apologize for the delay. I'm having just a little system issue. Oh, Dennis, back from 6 weeks of skiing. I bet you're tired. Listen, I'm going to need 2 minutes. So for everybody here, 2 minutes. You should be able to see my screen. Again, I'm very sorry. I'm not sure what's going on. I've got a little bit of a freeze here. So I'm going to just pause it. 2 minutes. I'll be right back. See you in just 1 second. All right. Sorry for the delay. Things are running. We're running. Officially welcome out to the Tradespoon live trading room. Stocks and options closing bell. Excuse me. My name is Scott. I will be your host. Here's my background. Here are the disclosures. Bitcoin billionaire has arrived. Oh, it's good to see everybody. It's good to see you, Dennis. It's good to see you, Bob. The disclosures are here. All right, let me get rid of my slides. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. No, not you. I want you. And I also want you. Let's see what's happening. Flat. We started negative. We rallied up. We got positive, and then we dropped back negative. The Dow started positive, and it got more positive, and then it dropped back down. The Nasdaq has regained a little, still down 0.31. The Russell turning into the new champion of this bull market. There was some concerns, especially as we've been adapting our expectations to the Fed being a bit more hawkish with when they're going to start decreasing interest rates. I don't know. I mean, I think we're looking increasingly like June at best, probably more July, late Q2, early Q3. That's a long time still, being only the second week of March. That's a long time. Let's jump. Let's just go look at that, actually. So here is, let's start back in a week from today. Expectations, probability-wise, 0, 1%. There's no expectation that they're going to. May. Now this is different. It's been bad, not bad. I don't want to say bad. Let's say it's been anti-rate cut. It's been favoring unchanged at like a 3-to-1 level, and now all of a sudden it's a 9-to-1 level. So the little distant hopes that maybe they surprise us, that door seems to be closing. We go to June, and June has remained pretty steady at about 1.5-to-1 in favor. So this is the first time where it's like, yeah, we still think they can do it in June. Right? There's the guy who's like, oh, they're not going to cut it at all. Come on, man. Get realistic. Of course they're going to. Of course they're going. That's just silly. What a bunch of nonsense. 7-to-1 in favor of at least a quarter of a point, if not a half a point. That's where we stand there. Today's market, semiconductors, you can see, are getting beat up a little bit. Okay, that just means they're setting up for us potentially. Not a lot going on in technology. Consumer cyclical, defensive for a while, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, Tesla and McDonald's are both getting kicked in the teeth a little bit. Everybody else looks pretty good. Ford. Anybody catch Ford? Ford, Ross Stores, Home Depot. That's 3 on our list that we're like, those are, I love that. I don't love energy and materials showing strength. That's not helpful to our inflationary plight, right? That is not helpful at all for our Nippon Steel deal. Boeing's woes become a problem for the entire industry. We've been watching. We didn't keep watching like it. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a plunge. I agree. That's plunging. We were watching it, I think, back here, and then we saw it gap up on this Nippon Steel, and then it just sort of, we just took our eye off it, and then you can see it's really done nothing since then. So it wasn't wrong to do so. But yeah, okay. What else? Invest stocks are mixed on Data Watch. Watching for what? Watching for PPI tomorrow. Be careful what you wish for rate cuts. I don't know. What's everyone wishing for? I think that they come June, July. That's fine. I'm not in a rush. I just think good potentially with this environment. Good news for us. Why is that good news for us? More hopeful about retirement means they're saving more. So if somebody is saving more, then we are seeing them put more money in the market every week. That's more money for the institutions. Bam, just like that, right? That's more saving for retirement means more money going in, money pumping the market up. More, there you go. Waste management definitely had a nice signal last week. It was a little bit of a slow starter, but yeah, 100%. Hi, where is PPI? We have retail sales. I'd love to see this number miss. Give us 0.1, 0.2. Something where it's like it's just ever so slightly grew a little bit, but it's not enough that it's going to impact prices. If we start growing sales again, prices aren't going to come down. So retail sales minus auto, that's supposed to come up. We'd like to see those ease. PPI, we would like to see continue to decline. We also get jobless claims, nothing but more of the same expected there. Friday, nothing much. Production, utilization, Empire State Manufacturing, nothing much. Good afternoon, Fred. Good to see you. Could we get a bad news rally? I mean, right? Potentially so. Whatever gets the Fed, whatever gets people thinking the Fed's gonna give us what we want. I'm gonna say June 66%, July 33, meaning I'm favoring June, but I definitely think any signs of headwinds, they might just leave it. But I still think we'll get 0.75% to 1% for the year, and that'll be a nice way to sustain a bull market. Which, yeah, we're all here for that. Okay. Did we talk about everything? Oh, you know what? I didn't get logged in. Sorry. Ready, come down. All right, Stella. Stella says mildly bullish still. Neutral on the range trend, more bullish here, and give us a window, push from here, could continue from here. I agree with this. If you want to see my whoops, sorry, I'm gonna get a file here. Let me get this out of the way. And let me go to one second. Market posture. Okay. Let's move this. What am I? What are you? You remember this is on a 10-point scale. This is as bullish as it gets. It's as bullish as it's been all in a year. It dropped. There was a little bit of a organic pullback in volume. Not that the sellers came in, just that we're watching some of our break period that I used to analyze that. So that's not unexpected. But you'll notice that look, all year long, we've basically been at least 5.25 is the least. This is bullish. I've been bullish all year. What has the market done all year? It's gone up all year. Window. I mean, there's been 3-4 windows of bullish trading. I've done 1 or 2 small hedges, broke even on one, lost a little on one, but which is fine because I'm bullish and it's bullish. So everything's pretty kosher right now. Yeah, right. 2017 was great, Bob. 100%. Fabulous year. Fabulous. This isn't the market you want. This isn't the market that's got you like getting chips on the table. Right? You're like you're playing poker with a bunch of elementary school kids who have real money. It's like, yeah, let's go. Let's play. Oh, goodness. Yeah, 2017 was phenomenal. That's the way I've seen Republicans struggle with bullishness under Biden. I saw Democrats struggle with that bullishness under Trump. I always tell you, people, and it's like, people are like, Trump, the market's going to, well, market was phenomenal. So, yeah. People are like, what does the market want around an election? Certainty. That's what it wants. It gets certainty, market's going up. Doesn't matter either side. Okay. Let's have a quiz. Let's have ourselves a quiz. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to zoom in I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to put that bottom of the quiz underneath here, 516.25 and below. You're a C. And I'm going to put it pretty tight today. This will be a fun one. 50-cent range. Bam. I want full participation today if possible. If you've never participated before, today's the day for you that you're like, okay, Scott, I'm going to go with it. I want 100% participation. If we can do that today, it would absolutely make my day. It would bring the market gods joy. They would be pleased. And it would increase the bullishness potential for tomorrow, number one. Dennis is an A. Fred is a B. Bob is an A. Oh, we're only like at 30. We need more participation. I need you to give me your. It's got to be a collaborative attempt. Brad is an A. Okay. Do you want me to go before or after Stella today? I'm gonna let you guys decide. Before or after Stella? I'm gonna go get Stella's. If you say now, I'm gonna put it now. Whoever says first gets to choose. Now, Bob says now. I am an A. That's where I'm going. I'm gonna join the A crew. Bullish, feeling the bullishness, feeling bullish. Copycat. Come on, man. I can't win. It's rigged against me, this game. Rigged against me. Let's see. I was actually thinking B, and then I'm like, no, I'm going A. Stella says 516.63. Oh, so it's good. Yes, that's a B, I believe, right? 516.63. Stella's a B. Around half. This is your chance to just put your voice out there. Throw a letter, ABC. That's Stella. And this is Scott. How many C's? John, not here today. I'm going to put John at C so we have balance. The universe prefers balance. All right, windows closing. We did not achieve our increased rate of participation. I'll try to mask my disappointment going forward. All right, let's see the VIX a little bit more granularly, and then we'll zoom back out. So the VIX, you can see, despite the market paused and even down a little bit, the VIX is actually showing increased de-escalation. And that's interesting, because I will tell you that right now I'm bullish. I'm looking for bullishness. However, I do have a potential hedge signal developing. And when I get a hedge signal, that's going to mean things tighten up. I buy a put. I ease on any new bullet to play itself out. We'll get to that here in just a minute. I realized that, whoops, sorry, let me stop drawing here. And QQQ has been a little, right? And you can see it's kind of churning sideways here. Elon going broke. Tesla broke support. Yeah, and did you see they're trying to like claw back his strong-armed highest salary ever in the world package? That should be an interesting court battle. Anyways. Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg is building his evil villain lair on Hawaii. Who knows what global takeover plans are being created in that little compound, right? Okay. Let's go to DIA. You cannot build a villain's lair if you don't have billionaire money. Maybe he's piggybacking with Larry Ellison. Yeah, if you have billionaire friends, maybe you can piggyback. But Is it really your lair? Can you ever really be a true evil villain without your own lair? I don't know if Musk has intentions for that or not, but anyways, all right. The Dow is kind of flat. Not unexpected to see the Dow looking this way, and I've noticed this more in like an intra-market analysis. That the Dow is the Nasdaq, even though it's turned a little sideways, is still in a leading position, and we haven't seen any kind of like defensive surge out of the Dow. Definitely, if you do a sector rotation, there's been a surge in energy and a surge in materials that is just like, yeah, what are we going to do with that? It's frustrating. It's going to put inflationary pressures on. So we'll keep an eye on that. But let's go look at the small caps. The small caps has actually been back in a leadership position, and you can see Stella sees it that way too. So few things that support the bullishness, a couple of things that has you like a little bit questioning things. As we look here, what do we tend to see? Here, what do we tend to see in, where am I? This looks behind. This doesn't seem to be updating back here. Does anyone else see that? Not sure why it seems to be lagging. But anyways, what do we tend to see in March? A little bit of we have a bounce and then a little bit of a pullback. So we're kind of in this, and then the potential for a small window here, small bounce, big window, small bounce, big window. So I think we have the potential for multiple bounces still in the second half of March and into April before we have our tendency to see a little bit more of a sideways action. I will tell you right now, this sideways action, if the implied volatility stays low, our opportunity, there will be substantial opportunity for calendar spreads in that type of a market. Calendar spreads. Very much looking forward to that. We should do more of those, I think. Maybe we'll do that we'll see what it looks like on Friday. Maybe even today. Who knows? Who knows? All right. That's our context. Yeah, you can even see, look at this. I was saying, despite the fact that the market was somewhat down, the VIX was actually showing a little de-escalation, and then all of a sudden, bam, something happened. The market's like, oh yeah, Scott? Oh yeah? Look at this little spike. That was short-lived. Did it really get that high? What the hell just happened? Someone tell me what happened. It was just like a blast. What am I missing? What news just came out? Who wants to put a 1-minute chart? What the hell? What the hell's going on? Big down, opened halfway down, and then we hammered, and then big up, and now we're here in the middle. That was exciting. What the hell, huh? Anybody find anything? Mini gold star to anybody who finds what happened to cause this little shakeup here. Because you can see that volume. What was our volume at the beginning of the day? Back here, 300,000, 700,000, 600,000, and then it fell off 300,000. This was the spot. Yeah, that was a lot of volume. Only knew here it goes. It's starting to accelerate down again. This is quite a weird little tug of war going on. Wow. Real-time action for us. Selling maybe some kind of an automated thing. Algorithms. Yeah, that might be it. But man, that was like a shit ton of selling all of a sudden right there, right? Like, wow. Every index, even Bitcoin. The Illuminati did it. Uh-huh. Okay. This is beyond our control. We just have to accept it. The fate, the will of the gods. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Man, it is quite the little tug of war because for me, that's the shift. I think we're gonna end up still right back in our old range. We had like a weird blip down, boom, boom, higher low. If we can get past there, we end up back in here. That's what I say. It's going to be tough. This is the struggle right here. That's the struggle. Nothing on Bloomberg. All right. Well, let's take one small step back. And here's what it looks like on the 5-minute. It just blipped, came back, and now we're going to see like what happens here. That was super interesting though, right? Super interesting. Let's get to the watch list. Yeah. Okay. So we're a little bit scaled back from this now. What do we see here? Apple didn't do enough. That's what I see here. We were rooting for Apple. It's down here, very near these old lows. So we're like, yeah. I had a lot of people say, are you trying to buy that support? No, that's not a bounce I'm interested in. And this is why. Now I just have a different angle in my consolidation. Weak representation of buyers. It's disappointing because the NASDAQ has to try to stay in a leadership position with one of its largest contributors. 11%. Not just like not participating, sabotaging. This is what the NASDAQ is dealing with from Apple. So, come on, Apple. Come on, Tim Cook. You're better than this. Get it together. AIG had a bit of a flag, but it's stalling now. So if you missed it, you might just say, I'm going to wait and see. If it goes, it goes. If not, you might have an opportunity. AMD. So the semiconductors being down today and AMD being down 4% today, I think it looks great. It's at the same low it was at yesterday. So to me, I'm thinking this is the sellers. Anything above here in this area, we're well above the 50. That's a higher low. This zone is very attractive for a new trade. I don't care where it comes in there. Be patient. It's going to show up. I'm anxious to trade this, and I believe the up. I wouldn't be surprised if she's looking for more while I'm starting to look for oh, no, never mind. Stella may not. She's all, relax. Just wait and see what I have to say first. We're in agreement. It's looking fairly bullish and setting up new opportunity. Amazon is kind of like it's there. There's not a lot of volume. This was kind of an extended consolidation. There's your stochastics trying to turn. That means we see this as support and it's starting to go. You could take something like this and turn it into a Heikin-Ashi from here, or I'm wrong if it fizzles. What that means is you're not wrong. If you wait until it breaks support, your stop's down here. If you're wrong when it fizzles, your stop's here. So substantially different reward to risk ratio, which means if your reward is there, you can't trade it waiting to see if it breaks support. But you could trade it to see if you're going to say, hey, if it fizzles, I'm gone. But does that look like a reasonable trade? And could I get 2.5, 3-1 out of it? Only if I have that more aggressive management in my mind. I don't think you could do this trade with a stop below price action, right? Below support. So the way that you manage the trade oftentimes is going to dictate whether or not it is going to give you the reward to risk ratio that you need to say the trade is viable. AXP looks reasonable. Same kind of a rationale, right? Is it's signal is a bit choppy here, but overall it's trying to move up. So this is one where maybe you can put a trigger point at or above 22.85. If it turns around, you're in. If not, no harm, no foul. Definitely love automated entries when I can. Boeing looks like trash. Nobody likes Boeing. Boeing's not safe. Okay, so since I mentioned it, has anybody now gone and watched the Daily Show expose on Boeing? Just let me know, yes or no. I just kind of want to be like, yeah, that was funny, right, with somebody. But anyway, no, nobody. Yes, Dennis, did you like it? I thought it was kind of interesting. Doesn't show well. All right, no, nothing there to trade. BLDR, this thing looks like it could be done. I don't like this. It was kind of like a tweezer hold, but I don't like having to put a stop way down here. So what can I do? I can say, let's wait till we believe that the momentum has established. I think you could probably do the same thing with an entry here. I might put my stop there and then start raising it if I catch one of these periods. Yes. Oh, wasn't the Daily Show? It was John Oliver. Yeah, you might be right. That might be my fault then. That might be right. Last Week Tonight by John Oliver. Okay. Yeah. My bad. I'm not used to Daily Show being back on. Okay. BX, nothing yet. Possibly something, actually, I guess. If you're trading any of these things that I'm pulling up, let me know. Let's talk about it. Citi. I think Citi is setting up to possibly get ready to go again. I definitely traded that one. Made a nice little piece. Would have loved it if it got up to here. Didn't. Okay. Made what I could. Caterpillar. Look at Caterpillar. Breaking out today. That's viable for a trade. I think for sure. It looks just like it did right here, right? Then you catch that. So if you're going to get that same 322 that's 17 points. Can I risk 6? That puts my stop down about right in here. Maybe if you go to the Heiken-Nashi, yeah, I think you could. I think you could put a stop at 335. You're about 6 points of risk. 17 to the upside. That's got potential for sure. Anyone trading Caterpillar? Caterpillar. Capital One's kind of moving, but never really gave like a concise entry. There's that oil. There's that oil. I it started to turn. I mean, the one way to hedge against it is to trade it when this happens. Yeah, that's on me. I missed that. Anyone trade that? I didn't pull it. Probably could have, should have, made a little bit. It's going to negatively impact things if prices stay up here. So, Costco. So, Costco has to V for me. This isn't enough. I need Costco back to there. This just looks like a little dead cat bounce. Did some XOP spreads. Okay. Nice. Good on you. Okay. I need more from Costco. CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike, I think, is viable. Doesn't have much from the stochastics, but I think you could pull this. Its trend looks good. It's a little choppy. I get that. It's a little choppy. It may just be a little bit distasteful because of how much chop there is, right? But that was around earnings. I don't know. That's a personal preference. CSX still looks viable for a setup, but waiting for a confirmation that the base, but we're well above the 50. The trend is still intact. It has tendencies to go in these extended sideways periods. We just saw that, right? Delta. Oh, Delta took a move. I was thinking about Delta, but it never really gave, I think, a viable setup, especially for like coming out of, I don't know, maybe this was it back here, and then you would. For me personally, if I took this trade and then it started to move, paused, and then tested this area, I don't think I would have stayed. I think I would have gotten out and then watched it move and been all pissed off. So I'm glad I didn't. To be realistic, I think I would have taken a loss here and then not been in. Anybody trading airlines? If you did, I hope you stayed with it. Delta or DHI, same kind of a rationale. I didn't do it. Dow, it doesn't look defensive. That's the one thing I'm looking for right now. Long United. Okay. It doesn't look defensive. That's for sure. Ooh, what else? Ford. Yeah. Anybody catch Ford early today? Because I know somebody who did. I'm not going to say who. Looking for that one to start bouncing. It did. Fastenal still setting up. Very close for me. It's flagging or pennant, whatever you want to call it. You can go either way. I mean, like, really, for me, the flag is just this. But if you're like, well, if you draw this up, that's a pennant. Great. You're right. It's a pennant. If it looked like this, it's a flag. And so I don't care where you draw it. It's the same implication. Has it broken the flag / pennant? No. Setting up, though, and very strong. I like it. Close. GBTC. Here's what's tough is you look at it and you're like, it's overextended. But if you looked at this, you would have been like, it's overextended, right? And then it just kind of breaks. It's a runaway freight train. You got to decide, am I willing to run alongside and try to jump on that train? If your appetite for risk is feeling strong, have a go. Try it. GE. Is it breaking its own pennant right there? I don't know. GE, I don't trade, but I watch. So if anyone's thinking about it, I can see why you're thinking about it. Gold, strong. Google, okay, now. Communication services. I had this line of consolidation, and then it turned into this line. Whoops, stay with me. Then it turned into this line of consolidation. And remember I said it's got to be a V. It V'd. Boom, boom, V. It tested a little bit. Now what do I need? As long as this thing pulls back anywhere in this higher low zone, I will trade Google. I will like Google to move into a leading position. That helps communication services. That helps technology. Bingo, bango, something or other. Bongo. Okay, let's pause for just a second. And let's go look at SPY. And now we go back to that 5-minute chart. Oh, and look at that. Let's go back to the 1 minute because that's where we were saying, it has to break that resistance. And there it goes. It broke that resistance. So what a weird heavy volume. And now all of a sudden it's back into B territory. 516.25 B territory. So yeah, well, I figured if it broke that resistance, it would. What a weird, so funny. Now it's hovering at that level. We'll give it a chance. We'll go back where we were. Relax. We're going back. Home Depot. Oh, Home Depot. Home Depot triggered yesterday. Yeah. If you missed it yesterday, early today. If you missed it early today, it's already almost to that first point right there. Home Depot looks great, but it's again, and when it pulls back and turns, there will be a trade. I will take it, and I took. Come on, who's with me on Home Depot? Anybody? Come on, you guys. We had been talking about this as a group. We had been talking about it together. I was expecting at least one or two people to be like, "Hey, who saw Home Depot today?" Cha-ching, something like that. It's all right. It's all right. We'll move on. Been skiing, not trading at all for 7 weeks. Nice. Yes, Koo said, Koo, you're amazing. Amazing. Dennis, I went snowboarding for the first time in what I realized was 15 years. I went with my son when he was like 6, and then they got into soccer competitively, and it's like been there ever since. And then all of a sudden, my daughter had a season pass. She was struggling. I went up. I'm like, let's go ride together. Oh, it's amazing. Getting some carbs in. Yes. I'm going again at the end of the month with her. Should be great. Intel is a maybe. Oh man, I was out of shape. Boy, 7 weeks. I got to get working out if I'm going to put any time in on the mountain. Didn't feel like it did when I was in my 20s, that's for sure. Even early 30s. Intel. I read here. Oh, that's amazing. I hope I am when I'm 10 years younger than you. I hope I'm putting in the time you put in. Even more so when I'm where you are. Congratulations. Well done. I didn't like JP Morgan, but it definitely seems like it's turning. Meta setting up. I'm ready. You guys know I love Meta. Meta's setting up for me. Let me know if you agree. Oh, let's see what those. Nothing. Okay, well, she's not anti. She's not against it. Microsoft was kind of flat. I just kind of chopping around inside its consolidation range. Picard, yes, look at Picard, ready to go. Industrials are strong. Be ready to trade these. Too many people I know have missed like every one of these here. QQQ is kind of flat. Ross Stores, boom, viable. So what do we have? We've got some financials with viability. We've got some industrials with viability. We've got some consumer cyclical with viability. We've got some setups developing. Right? We've got some developing signals in technology and communication services. I think we're okay. Even as this little weirdness plays out, I think we're going to be okay. I feel like we're going to be okay. Let's keep going. I'm not going to close this, and I'm in it. Looking good with some gains. SMCI, choppy. SPY starting to give it back a little bit here in the last 7 minutes. Whoa, that wasn't engulfing there, wasn't it? Damn. No C's. Just John gets a gold medal for his persistent bearishness. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think this could give it back. We'll see. Let's go back to the 1 minute and see what it says. Bear with me on this. 1 minute technical analysis. This was the resistance, and it broke it, and then it held, and it made a higher high, and then it's like, no, but we're still in this zone. Holds. Can it, on the 1 minute, in the last little bit, bounce its way back up? Huh? Can we hold? Hold the line. Hold the line. It just needed a little encouragement. It just needed to see the way. It needed a path. Sometimes the market just needs a path, and I like to try to construct it as such. We have no idea. It's a 1 minute chart. It's all over the damn place, but it's fun to watch. Oh, jeez, did you see that thing show up? My goodness. I'm I got a little braggy and it slams this big old engulfing 1 minute candle on top of us like a ton of bricks. And then yet what happens? Hold the line. Got to hold the line. Solo gold medal. We're within reach. We're within reach if this holds in this next minute. All right. Let's go back to the watch list. We'll give this a chance to play out. Love it. Don't break. You hold that line, SPY. Don't you give up now. Don't you do it. SPPR. TPR still looks bullish. Looks great. I think you're viable to take a trade here. Could you take this trade and it fails? Of course, every trade could do that. But looks viable to me. Stochastics looks good. Looks just like it did right here. If I could go back in time and put you in and say, hey, what do you think about this trade right here? That day, it had gotten to a new high, did a little hiccup like it did right here, did a little hiccup right here. Then it came down, still above the 50 and turned. Came down, still above the 50 and turned. That's what you got if you did it. That's what you got. And then right after that, it did another one. Small consolidation, do it again. So, is it worth an option? Is it worth a consideration? I would think so. What is the volume? The volume is, let me see, really looking for volume. If you notice back here, below average volume as well. Oh, you mean for like options? I bet you would have decent options, yeah. I think I looked at them and they're decent. They're not great, certainly decent. TSM, TSM is consolidating. I think AMD still looks like an easier signal to trade, but this is viable for sure. TSM has been strong, rallying hard. That look good. We have Meta from Communication Services. UNP. Ooh, UNP. UNP gave a signal, and it's kind of starting to dissipate a little bit. Just a little bit. Never gave the Heiken-Ashi, so I would still, say that, if you had a stop, your stop would still be down in this range, but you would want it to basically turn tomorrow, or this thing is done. Dunzo. Here is the VIX, kind of flat. What's my concern with the VIX? My concern is a higher low. This was my low. We rallied a little bigger than we thought. It held at the same high, and now I am in higher low zone. If I don't get a bullish day tomorrow pushing it back down to here, then there is a potential hedge signal developing, which would turn it away, right? I am very, very much aware of that because I do have a good amount of bullishness. So ready to adapt and adjust as necessary. Here is PLTR. Someone mentioned. Oh yeah, beautiful. It's back on the list. It's back on the list because I see it as the prodigal son returning. I'm like, you need to prove yourself. And here he comes back, and here it is. It's done. All right. All is forgiven, PLTR. We're back in business. Where was I? Waste management, grinding it out still. Grinding it out. Walmart looks bullish, but not really a signal. Biotech's possibly setting up. Materials looking stronger than we want them to. Relax, fellas. Communication services, it's kind of iffy. There's energy, also a little stronger than we want it to. Financial still looks strong. Industrial still looks strong. Technology, everything looks fine. There's nothing defensive yet. Staples is steady. There's the closing bell. I'll go give the gold medal here in just a minute. Steady. I would expect retail to be strong because I know, look at Home Depot, look at Ross Stores, right? Utilities, a little bit stronger than I want. Yeah, there's a bit of concern out there. I don't like the look at consumer discretionary. That looks great. XRT, that looks great. Okay, final gold medal goes to dun, 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 dun. C's. Didn't quite get back to the 516.25 level, but very close. Whatever that weirdness was. Anyways, I'll be back on Friday morning. Come join me. Have some happy trading.